My goodness, another magnificent performance, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal and welcome to the match reaction and player ratings for Arsenal's 4-1 win over Leeds United. First of all, that's the most goals we scored in a Premier League game this season. That is the most shots any team has ever had since stats were found. That's the most shots a team has ever had in the first half of a game, the most shots on target. We had 11 shots on target in that first half. No other team in Premier League history since stats were collected has ever had 11 shots in a first half. That's how good we were today. That's a young team. Those are 20-year-olds and 19-year-olds on that pitch. I'm absolutely buzzing. What a win. Just what we are asking for. That's 3 wins in a row. After that shambles of a performance against Everton, this is exactly what we needed. A good performance against Southampton, another good performance against West Ham, and another good performance against Leeds United. Make sure to hit the like button if you're buzzing. Who did you think was the best player today? I think that's obvious. Which player didn't impress you the most? But we're here to focus on the positivity. What a performance, exactly what we needed. A 4-1 win could have been more, man. We had more than 20 shots in that game. Could have been 6 or 7. I don't know. Okay, Arsenal are very good, but Leeds were very bad. If they're going to defend like that every single game, they're going to be relegated. Like, next up for them, it's Liverpool away. All the best to them. They're heading to Anfield with that defense. They're going to concede 7 or 8. But I don't care about Leeds United. I care about Arsenal's performance. In the last video, I told you guys, you should be arresting Gabriel Martinelli for what he did against West Ham. He was not arrested, and look at what he did again today. Look at what Martinelli did again today. I really wish he had a hat-trick. But as always, let me know what you made of the game. We will go through the match reaction, the lineup reaction, and also the player ratings at the end. So first of all, I have to bring up this stat. Check out this stat from the first half of that game. Our 11 shots on target against Leeds in the first half is the most by any side in the Premier League since records began. Man, how does that make you feel? We actually had 11 shots on target in that first half. 15 shots in total, 11 shots on target. The most that any team has ever had in a Premier League first half since records began. A young Arsenal team has achieved that. Now, obviously, I've seen people saying it's not a trophy, but when you start seeing stats like this, you're very happy because that means we were not sitting back. For example, we were really attacking them. If we were clinical enough, we'd have had 9 or 10 goals in that first half. That's how good we were. But that is the first start from the game. A very, very good start to start off with. But what a performance, man. Let's check out the stats from the game. 51% possession for them, 49% for us. I think most of that was in the second half. I think they had a bit of the ball in the second half. They had 9 shots in total, and we had 21 shots. 2 on target for them, 12 on target for us. Basically, we only had 1 other shot on target in the second half, and that was Smith Rowe's goal, and that was it. Blocked shots, shots off target, 6 for them, 3 for us. Blocked shots, 1 for them, 6 for us. Could have been more. As you can see, all these stats, we should have had more goals than what you got today, really. Corner kicks, they only had 1. We had 4. Offside calls, we had 1. They had 0. Fouls, they committed 11. We committed 7. Maybe some of them should have been red cards. Maybe some of them should have been yellow cards. Big chances, we had 6 big chances and scored 4 goals. I think one of them was for Lacazette, should really have scored. Big chances, missed 3 of them. Counter-attacks, 4. Counter-attack shots, 2. Like, we were attacking from every single corner, left side, right side. We were dominating possession. In the first half, we were creating chances. We were making good tackles. Goalkeeper saves, they made 8 saves. We only made 1. Ramsdale only had 1 shot to save. So I don't think his rating will be as high as it usually is because he only had another game with 1 shot to make. Shots outside the box, we had 7. They had 5. We had 14. They had 4. Counter-attack goals, we had 2. They had 0. Counter-attack shots, we had 2. They had 1. I mean, those are very, very good stats. Pass-wise, they actually had more passes than us. Don't care about that. Accurate passes, we had more accuracy in that. Long balls, they attempted more crosses. We attempted more, had a better successful rate. They had attempted more, we had a better successful rate. Dribbles, they had a better success in that. They lost possession more times. Duels won, 37, 42. Aerial balls, 5-12. Interceptions, we made more. Tackles, they made more. Clearances, they made more. I mean, that shows you how much we dominated that game. That was a perfect game to watch. So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, make sure to hit the like button. and make sure to let me know what you made of the game. But first of all, let's take a look at the lineups that we started with today. So this was Arsenal's team today. We started with the same team that has started the previous 3 games. Before I even get into the actual lineup, that is the first time Arsenal have started with the same team in 4 consecutive games in around 5 years, since 2016. I mean, we are looking good. We're in very, very good shape when you're breaking good records after like that. So Ramsdale in goal, Gabriel, Ben White at the back, Tomias Swentini. Tomias went off with an injury. I really hope that's not serious, by the way. Jacques and Partey and Odegaard in midfield, Saka on the right, Martinelli with another start, and Lacazette up front. On the bench, Nketiah, Smith-Rowe, Pepe, El Neni, Tavares, Cedric, Holding, Chambers, Leno. That was our team and our bench. Obviously missing a couple of players. I had Lokonga tested positive, so he'll not be there for 10 days. That means he won't play in the Sunderland game and he'll also not play in the Norwich game. So no Lokonga for the next couple of games as well. Chambers was back in the bench after a long while. Leno was back on the bench as well after a long while. Pepe again, we never got to see Pepe, unfortunately, but this was a very, very good team and we took advantage of that. Again, I repeat that start. That is the first time we've started with the same team in 4 consecutive games since 2016. That is crazy. Like, we usually change our team very much, but this time around we've kept it the same. Leeds team, this is how Leeds team looked like. Mesley in goal, Dallas, Koch, Ayling, and Drama at the back. They had Forshaw and Click in the middle, Harrison, Rafinha, Tyler Roberts in midfield, and Gelhardt up front. And their bench was very young. I think they even had a 15-year-old on the bench, the youngest ever player to be on a bench in Premier League history. Like, there's so many stats I can tell you from this game, so many. But Klassen, Moore, Kenner, Jenkins, Bates, Macaron, Gray, Somerville, and Greenwood on the bench for them. To be fair, they really did miss a lot of players. As you can see, they didn't have Bamford, they didn't have Rodrigo, they didn't have Phillips in midfield, they didn't have Llorente at the back, they didn't have Cooper, they didn't have so many players. I think they're missing 8 to 9 players. Junior, their left back, missed out through suspension, so they are missing very, very many players. But that was their team, and this was our team. And as I said, coming into this game, this was a Leeds team that were hammered by 7-0 the other day against Manchester City. Now, Man City are relentless. I was hoping we'd do the same. We started the game very, very well, but obviously we are not yet on Man City's level, but I was happy that we had more shots and everything. Because, for example, I think in the first half we had more shots than City had against them the other day, but then they managed 7 goals in total, but we only got 4. But I think we got the same number of shots as City in total in the games. Let's go through the match reaction now from the first minute as it happened. So my prediction before the game was 3-1. I saw a couple of 4-0s. I saw a couple of 5-0s, 5-1. So, and I was like, 5 goals for Arsenal. When was the last time we did that? But you guys were so close, by the way. Like, we did have a lot of chances. You'd really have gotten that number of goals. So in the first minute, Dallas did have a kind of attack on the left side. Leeds had an attack, and they actually won 2 corners in the first 1 minute and got me a bit worried. I was like, wow, their fans are there. Maybe they're motivated for this game. They want to bounce back from the City humiliation. And in the first 1 minute, they had 2 corners, but we managed to clear them. And from there, I don't think they ever saw the ball again for the rest of the 44 minutes in that first half. That was the best first half we've ever played. Now, there was that first half we played early on in the season. You'd remember it against Leicester City, this game where Gabriel scored. And there was also that first half we played against Tottenham, where we literally ripped them apart within the space of 10 minutes, where Aubameyang was still scoring goals. Unfortunately, he's no longer in the team. That game against Tottenham, we did very well between the 20th minute and 30th minute, but I think this is the best first half we've ever played. This is actually the best first half we've played in a long while. So the second minute, Lacazette did have that missed water pass from Odegaard, by the way, but Lacazette missed it. Again, we talk about clinicality. I go back to the previous debates that I always say. The reason why I always say I prefer Aubameyang starting, like since January, February, March, is because I usually don't think Lacazette is clinical as well. He also misses a lot of chances. He does give more in the team in terms of holding up the play, bringing other players into the game. He does do better than Aubameyang in that. But in terms of missing chances, I think over the last 2 years, we can count like 100 big chances Lacazette and Aubameyang have both missed. That could have been 1-0 within the first 2 minutes. And Saka missed the rebound. I don't know for what reason. He actually did miss the rebound. But water pass from Odegaard for that Lacazette chance. Water pass. And then the 16th minute came our first goal. Again, and that was a good pass from, I think, not a good pass, but good interception from Lacazette, intercepting the ball. They were saying it could have been a foul. And what a finish from Martinelli, man. What a finish. Another great finish from Martinelli. Where is he? There he is. What a player. Another fantastic finish from Martinelli. Like he has so many different finishes. He can score with his head. He can score with his right foot, curling drives. He can put in a goal like Thierry Henry, far corner. He can score a chip goal. Like he's very good at everything. So great to see Martinelli opening up the scoring again. That is exactly what we needed at that time, because we are dominating possession. We were having so many shots, but we were missing them. We had already missed like 3 good chances and stuff, but Martinelli finally gave us the lead right on time. I cannot fault that start to the game again. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed that game, and keep telling me what you made of the game. I'll come out to the comments later. We did allow Rafinha to have a chance in the 24th minute. We actually did allow him to have a chance. I did say in the match build-up, that is the guy we need to watch out for. He is in my FPL team for a reason. He's very good. If you give him a chance on that left foot, he'll punish you. And I did not like the defending on that chance. Rafinha, he was up against Tierney and Ben White, and both of them did allow him to cut to the left foot. You don't do that with Rafinha. It's like Salah, it's like Mahrez. It's like Robben back in the day. You don't let them cut in with the left foot. And that's what we did with Rafinha. We let him actually cut in with the left foot. So there, I'll talk about it when I rate Tierney and Ben White in the player ratings. They actually did allow Rafinha to come in and have the shot. But luckily, he fluffed it and it went off target. And then we went straight back to dominating the game. Partey having a shot on target. Partey had a shot on target. That is a plus in itself. Even if he didn't win that game, Partey had a shot on target. I would take that. Partey actually did have a shot on target. And then in the 26th minute, we had, possession-wise, we had 75% possession. They had 25%. So we were absolutely dominating the game. And then came the second goal in the 28th minute. I have to say, it was a bad pass from them, and then Xhaka intercepted it, and then what a pass from Xhaka. That's what we need from Xhaka. We don't want you to hold the ball and try and look for the pass to the left side, to the right side. No. The moment you get that ball back, look for a forward pass, and that is what Xhaka did. And Martinelli gladly accepted it and got the second goal, this time a chip over the goalkeeper. Man, this Martinelli guy is so dirty. I told you guys, I did a whole video on this channel 2 videos back, and I did say Martinelli should have been arrested after what he did against West Ham. We are allowing him to do the same thing again. Did you just see that chip over the goalkeeper? That was so disrespectful again. Martinelli, we know where he is right now. Just go and arrest him, because he's out of control. If we don't watch out for this guy, he'll be the Premier League top scorer. Watch out for him. Gabriel Martinelli. 2-0. That was 2-0, and things are looking good once again. We don't usually get 2 quick goals in a first half. It's been long. We've done it a couple of times this season against Leicester, Tottenham, but it's not always. We usually struggle. We get 1 goal and then we relax. But today, we were on to it from the first minute. From the second minute, the first minute, they almost scored. And then we did have another Lacazette chance, missing it again. We did give him high ratings against Southampton and against West Ham, but today the ratings will be a bit low, because if Lacazette was more clinical, that would have been 4-0 in the first 30 minutes, but it was still 2-0. Ben White, again, let me tell you, I know Ben White gave a penalty later on. People will start talking about, look at Ben White, he's crap, look at him giving a penalty. They'll not tell you about some of the good passes he gave in the first half, but I will tell you. So the media will tell you about how Ben White is not a £50 million player. He should never have given away that penalty. But I will tell you how good he was in the first half with a couple of good passes. So what a pass from Ben White. It was through to Lacazette, but Lacazette didn't have the pace to go through, so he had to cut in and give it to Saka. And then Saka, the ball was blocked, and we were back to attacking once again. And within 2 minutes, we scored a third goal. This time round, the other bad boy, Bukayo Saka, making it 3-0. Man, at this time, I was having the time of my life, man. Like, we were the only game on TV today. Everyone was watching Arsenal. Man United fans, as I said, were watching Arsenal. Sunderland fans were watching Arsenal. Chelsea fans were watching Arsenal. Rochdale fans were watching Arsenal. Sutton United fans were watching Arsenal. Everyone was watching Arsenal, and they were experiencing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Watching a masterclass from Martinelli, watching a masterclass from Saka, watching a masterclass from all those players. Those guys should pay for watching this masterclass. It's not free. It's not free. Like, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for these guys. And yeah, we did score the third goal. Odegaard did have another shot in the 43rd minute. And then, yeah, it was halftime, 3-0. Again, let me repeat this stat again. That was the most shots any team has ever had in a first half of a game, ever since records began. We had 11 shots on target and 15 shots in total in that first half. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. We did get 3 goals. 3 goals from 15 shots is a kind of a poor conversion rate. If there's some games that I've seen us having 3 shots or 4 shots and scoring 3 goals. If we had that kind of clinicality, we would have had 7 goals in that first half, but nothing to fault that performance in the first half. One of the best I've seen in a long while. And then second half, I did not want any subs. Obviously, I wanted Martinelli to get a hat-trick fast and then maybe make a sub or something, maybe bring on the likes of Smith Rowe, because at this point, Leeds were already dead. So if you bring in Smith Rowe, it's just about burying them now. It's like it's now cemetery business and you're just burying them, because 3-0 up, he brings Smith Rowe, you're literally finishing them off totally, completely, disappearing totally. So the 50th minute though, Xhaka did Xhaka things. You know, it cannot be a game without Xhaka doing Xhaka things. Xhaka decided to do Xhaka things and committed this foul. So let me know from you guys, did you think this was a red card? Was this a red card? Did you guys think this was a red card? This was the foul from Xhaka. Needless. I mean, you know, before that, I think one of their players had just hit him with the ball. And I knew Xhaka would get mad because Xhaka is out of control. Like, if you argue with him, he'll try and foul you within the next 1 minute. So did you think that was a red card for Xhaka? Let me know. Did you guys think that was a red card? Because he wasn't even booked for that. It wasn't even a yellow. And later on, he got a yellow card for time wasting. So really, he would have been off. He would have been red carded today. So did you guys think that was a red card, a yellow card, or did you think it was okay? Play on, grow up, Rafinha, and let's play on. What did you make of that challenge? Let me know. But yeah, that was Xhaka's challenge. He wasn't even booked. And then Gelhardt, the striker, committed the same foul, but was actually shown a yellow card. So we were a bit lucky there. Maybe we are getting into the referee's head finally, because we've had so many terrible decisions going against us. Finally, we had a couple of decisions going for us. Like against Everton, Godfrey stepped on Tomiyasu's face and he wasn't even booked. So I don't want to hear about Xhaka being lucky not to get a yellow card or a red card, but I'm asking you, Arsenal fans, did you guys think it was a yellow card, a red card, or play on? And then in the 55th minute, Tomiyasu had that very good defending, literally using his body and shielding the ball. Tomiyasu has been brilliant for us, and I really hope he's not injured for too long, because that was brilliant defending. And then Dallas got a yellow card for fouling Tomiyasu again. And then Tomiyasu went off in the 62nd minute. We brought in Cedric, and not surprise. Tomiyasu goes off when you concede a goal. It's not surprising. Just like Tierney went off against Everton and we conceded a goal. We need all 5 of them at the back at the same time for us to keep clean sheets. And Saka did have another chance in the 67th minute. It was blocked. White did have that poor tackle in the 73rd minute, giving away a needless penalty. But even though he gave away a needless penalty, it was a silly challenge. I still don't want to see White is useless, is not 50 million pounds. Because in the first half, if you like, literally, I started writing my player ratings in the 70th minute, and I actually wrote 8 for him because his defending was superb, his passing, his forward passes were superb, all that. I'd actually given him around 7.5 within the 70th minute until he committed that challenge, and then I dropped it down. But in the first half, he was pretty good, but that challenge was poor, a bit of loss of concentration again. That happens when you have a young team. Sometimes, like, for example, against Southampton, Gabriel, the first 10 minutes, he was awful. He gave away 2 balls. I think he got a yellow card in that game against Southampton. That happens, but you still know their combination is superb. So do you want us to get rid of Ben White because of that challenge and bring back Mustafi? Definitely not. Definitely not. So that was superb from him. That was absolutely superb from Rafinha. The penalty was superb from Rafinha. Not from the tackle wasn't superb from Ben White, but the goal from Rafinha was. And then 77th minute, we did take off Saka for Smith Rowe. There was a bit of a worry at this time because I was like, will they get another goal? Will they make it 3-2? Because it would be so Arsenal to break the record in terms of having the most shots on target, and then we still don't win that game. That would be so Arsenal. They did have a couple of other openings. One of them, Somerville hit over the bar, I think, and the other one was blocked by Gabriel. So Smith Rowe. Can we also talk about Smith Rowe? Smith Rowe only needs 5 minutes to score how many goals, Smith Rowe? Yeah. As you can see, Smith Rowe has one finger up, meaning he only needs 5 minutes to score one goal. Shout out to you, Smith Rowe. I absolutely love this guy, man. Like, he, for me, is my best player, and he's not even starting. Like, he's the best player, and he's not even starting in the team. It is, you do not know the confidence I feel when I look at that bench. I see Smith Rowe. I'm like, even if things go wrong, we can bring in Smith Rowe. He can carry the ball for us. He can create chances for us. He can score the goals for us. And just like he did against West Ham, Smith Rowe comes on and he kills off the game. You can use that. You can use the positive other way. You can say he comes in and adds sprinkles to the cake, ice to whatever you want to say, whichever term you want to use. Smith Rowe is there to do it for us. What a player. Hit the like button if you absolutely love Smith Rowe. If you don't hit the like button, you don't love Smith Rowe. And I'll be really, really concerned with how much you're an Arsenal fan you are. If you don't hit the like button, if you love Smith Rowe, I'll be very, very concerned. So that was game over. That was 4-1. I was still a bit greedy. I still wanted a few more goals, but Xhaka did pick up a yellow card in the 85th minute for time wasting. Needless again. Really don't need to waste the time when you're 4-0 ahead, 4-1 ahead. And then Tavares came on. I think he came on for Martinelli. At this time, I was just celebrating. I didn't know, not even see who Tavares came on for. So that is how the game went in terms of the 90 minutes. As you can see the stats on screen, they did have a bit of possession at the end of the game, but we dominated every other aspect. Goals, shots, they blocked more of our shots. They made more clearances. We had better passing accuracy. So we did very, very well. I'm absolutely excited with that performance, man. That means 3 wins in a row after that poor Everton performance. We have Norwich, we have Wolves. That is a chance to make it 5 wins in a row. And then I know what will happen against Manchester City. We'll probably lose by 3-1 or something, and then you'll be like, Arteta out, you see, we can't beat Man City. Forget about that. But this kind of form we are in, we are scoring goals. We are +4 on the goal difference log, +4 in the goal difference column. When was the last time Arsenal had +4? We've been on -10, -8 the whole season. So seeing us scoring those goals, absolutely fantastic. So that is the match reaction. Let me see what you guys are saying before I get into the player ratings. Let me know who your man of the match was. And as I go through the player ratings, let me know what you guys are going to be giving the players. As I said earlier on, 3 points, 3 more points. RK says, how you doing, Glenn? I'm absolutely buzzing. Like, I'm as happy as, I'm as happy as Smith throwing that photo. That's how happy I am. Like, I'm absolutely happy. We were the only game today. This is why I was absolutely like, I wanted this game to go ahead. I did not want this game to be postponed because I knew this was going to happen. I knew they didn't have their players, and I knew our players were absolutely fired up for this. So I wanted this game to go ahead. And yeah, I'm doing very, very good. Let me know what you made of the game as I go through your comments. Tactical says, oh, Martinelli, oh my God, he is so good. He is. Can I show you guys something? You remember Ronaldo, the old Brazilian Ronaldo? I think he also wants to grow up and be like Martinelli. Let's compare the two. Look at Martinelli. Look at Martinelli looking like Ronaldo. Look at him. Look at Martinelli. He should put that hairstyle just to look like the old Ronaldo. Look at Ronaldo smiling at him. Ronaldo is so impressed with Martinelli. Ronaldo, this old Ronaldo, not the new Ronaldo. Forget about Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo wants to be like Martinelli when he grows up. Forget about Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's look at this original Ronaldo. Look at him and look at Martinelli. Can you tell the difference? There's no difference between those two on the pitch. There's no difference with that hairstyle. I think Ronaldo himself wants to be like Martinelli when he grows up. Martinelli, we love you so much, man. Absolutely fantastic. And I think Martinelli should put his hairstyle like that because I think it's starting to look like Ronaldo, the best Brazilian export since Ronaldinho. Yeah, the best Brazilian export since Ronaldinho. Martinelli. Let's just admire him for 1 more minute again. Martinelli, the best player in the world. Scores when he wants. He scores when he wants. Gabriel Martinelli scores when he wants. Oh, yeah, that's my positivity on Gabriel Martinelli as SofaScore updates whatever they're updating. Let me see what you guys have to say about Martinelli again. I hope it's not hanging. Sorry. If it's hanging, sorry about that. It's because of SofaScore. I have the SofaScore opened up in another tab. Odegaard and Lacazette both were good today. I agree. Lacazette, no, tactical. I think Lacazette missed a couple of very, very big chances. And I think in terms of in the play, I think in the West Ham game, he was more involved than he's been in this game. So I think, like I said, I gave him 8s and 9s the previous games. I don't think I'll give him an 8 today at all. Kano says, keep up the good work. Thank you, but forget about me. I'll tell Arsenal that. Keep up the good work, Arsenal, because the fans are very excited with that performance. Ray says, let's go. Absolutely. Xhaka was also good today. He was. I was actually going to give him an 8 in the player ratings today until Xhaka became Xhaka in that second half, almost picking up a red card. Smith Rowe, amazing as always, the best player we've had in a while, man. Peterson says Martinelli is now Martinelli masterclass. That's what I said. Like, everyone was watching our game today. Everyone got to experience a Martinelli masterclass. Everyone got to experience the Martinelli masterclass that not many like it. Not many people are lucky to witness it at all. Joseph says, well done. Let's see. Alhaji says, hello, my brother. I said it in midweek that Arsenal is coming strongly. Go, Gunners, go. So after every 5 games, I usually do a poll on Facebook and YouTube. I usually put together the 5 fixtures that are coming up next, and I usually ask how many points we are going to get from the next 5 games. So I think I did put it before Southampton. I think I put it before West Ham, and many of you say 12 points out of the 15 because the 5th game will be Man City. So far, 6 points out of 6, and we should really win our next 2 games as well. So let's see how it goes. GGMU TV says, Glenn, yep, we are happy, man. We are happy. You guys keep postponing your matches. We'll just keep on getting the points. Thank you. Alhaji also says the team performance today was satisfactory and extraordinary. Yep, absolutely, man. I agree. Especially that first half. Second half, not so much. In the second half, you do need to game management. You do have a need to have game management. We are not Manchester City. Man City are the only teams that can score 10 goals against you if they want. You need to put out a wanted poster for Martinelli. I think I need to. What he did against West Ham and what he did again today, I don't think it's acceptable for Martinelli to be doing that. SJ says, any news on Tomiyasu? Not any yet, unfortunately. It did look like a calf injury. It did not look that serious. I just hope he was knocked, not like because he was fouled. I think he was fouled 2 minutes before by Dallas. So I really hope it's just a knock because we have so many fixtures coming up, man. We have Man City January 1st. We have Tottenham a couple of days after that. Cedric, when he came on, he did not look good at all. So we need Tomiyasu to be playing. As of now, no news yet, but I wouldn't say he'll be out for a month or something. Could be a 1 week or 2 week thing. Hopefully not, because the last few games Martinelli has gone off, but he still started the next game. So I hope it's the similar situation. Peterson says Odegaard is another Ozil. Stop disrespecting Odegaard, Peterson. Odegaard is 10 times Ozil. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, the passes. Ozil was very good on his day. Like that 2015-2016 season, you'd have had even 30 assists if Giroud decided to score those goals. But Odegaard was brilliant in this game. Like he did have 1 assist, but if we were taking our chances, he could have had 4 or 5. He was pretty good. So that's what you guys are saying. Keep the comments coming in. Who did you think was the best player in this game? Were you satisfied with that performance, as Alhaji says, satisfactory? Were you satisfied with that performance, or did you want more goals? So next up, as always, let us go to the player ratings. Next up is the player ratings. I think this ones will be very positive as well. Very positive. So as I go on player by player, let me know what you made of their performance. And let's go on. Let me put this on full screen just a moment. Brand. Yeah, let's do this. And let's go to the first player. As I said, Ramsdale. Ramsdale only had 1 save to make today. I'm going to give him an 8. I'm not going to give him an 8 because of the number of saves he had to make. I'm going to give him an 8 because if you watch that game and see the kind of passes Ramsdale was giving in that game, the long passes, this guy is very good. Like, I did not, when you were signing him, I did not know he was that good at passing. I thought you were just being in a goalkeeper, like a good shot stopper and all that. But the way he kicks the ball, very good. Like, there's a pass he gave, I think, to Tomiyasu or something in the second half. Like, literally just got the ball from Gabriel, turned to the right and just whipped the ball like he was Xavi or something, or Alonso back in the day. Like, the way he does it so effortlessly as well. The way he celebrates our goals, Ramsdale. Like, it's like he's the one who has scored those goals. definitely going to get an 8 today. I had written an 8 before he conceded the goal. So I don't know if I'm going to drop that to a 7 because he didn't keep a clean sheet. I might drop that to a 7 because he didn't keep a clean sheet. This player, the player rating for Ramsdale actually wrote it down in the 70th minute of the game. So I think because he didn't keep a clean sheet, I'm going to take away a point from you, Ramsdale. I'm going to take a point away from you. I'm going to give you a 7 because you only had one save to make, but I'm still going to give you a 7. So I'm going to downgrade that to a 7 because we still considered a goal and he didn't keep a clean sheet. I always give them an extra point for keeping a clean sheet. So correction, Ramsdale is going to get a 7 for today. Let me know, do you think he should get higher than that or lower than that? So next up is Tomiyasu, the right back. I mean, he was on for 60 minutes. He got subbed off and he conceded a goal. The time he was on, the kind of interceptions he was making, the headers, the clearances, very, very good. But again, I have to take into consideration that he was only on for 60 minutes because Leeds did kind of up their game in the last 30 minutes. So I'm going to give Tomiyasu a 7 for today. I really hope he's not out injured for long because we need him badly. If the unthinkable, the unexpected can happen and Arsenal finish in the top 4, this is the kind of player who has to be there. Tomiyasu has to be there. So I'm going to give Tomiyasu a 7 for today. The other fullback, Tierney, I'm also going to give him a 7. I mean, not the best attacking wise, like we've seen the last couple of games, but I think the passes were okay. Didn't really lose the ball, kept his position well. So I'm going to give him a 7. I think it's fair enough to give both fullbacks 7, although Tomiyasu's 7 is a bit of a high 7. I think Tomiyasu was better in the game, but both of them are going to get 7s. Ben White is next. I'm actually going to give him a 6. Before he committed that foul for the penalty, I was going to give him an 8, an extra point for the clean sheet and an extra point for the blocks he was making, the passes he was giving. But that was a silly challenge. That was unneeded. Just stay on your feet. He's on the left side. He probably won't score from that angle. So that was a bit of a needless foul from him. So that drops that rating to 6. Nothing lower than that, though. Don't give him 4s and 3s. He was not as bad as that. He did have a superb first half in terms of defending, clearances, passes were very, very good. He did have a couple of through balls for Lacazette that were very, very good. So I'm going to give him a 6. Another thing I need to mention is that him and Tierney as well. So Tierney is also a bit lucky to get the 7 because they did allow Rafinha to cut into his left foot in the first half, which is not advisable. You don't let Rafinha turn into his left foot. So I'm going to give White a 6. Mostly because of that penalty he gave away, kind of cost us the clean sheet. And we know how much we love clean sheets these days. Like these guys, all 3 of them, all 4 of them, like every time we keep a clean sheet, you could tell how excited they are. I think I've said the word excited so many times, considering our form that I'm even misspelling it and mispronouncing it. These guys, you could see every time they keep a clean sheet how happy they are. So I think losing that clean sheet will not make Ramsdale happy, will not make Gabriel happy. And I think White will not be happy as well, but he was not disastrous. He gave away a silly penalty, but I'm still going to give him a 6. Gabriel, I'm going to give him a 7, a couple of good blocks. His passing was okay, didn't really make any mistakes today. We did lose the clean sheet, but I don't think it was Gabriel's fault. We only considered from a penalty. Listen, if any opposition team needs a penalty to score against Arsenal, then I'm happy because it means we're actually defending well and they can only score from a penalty. So Gabriel gets a 7. So those are the back 5. Ramsdale gets a 7. Tierney gets a 7. Tomiyasu gets a 7. Ben White gets a 6. Gabriel gets a 7. So those are the defenders. Let me know if you're going to give any of these players higher or lower. Next up, the midfielders. I'm going to give Xhaka a 7. Xhaka. This was supposed to be an 8 until it started being Xhaka. So that assist for Martinelli, very, very good pass to Martinelli. That is the kind of Xhaka I want to see. Anytime you get a chance to pass the ball forward, don't pass the ball sideways. Don't misplace the pass because I think he did that twice again in the game though. Pass the ball forward. We know he can pass the ball. He's actually a very good passer of the ball. So if we get that kind of Xhaka every single game, then we are on to something good. So Xhaka, that assist for Martinelli's goal was brilliant. He did have a couple of good passes as well. I liked his feisty nature, but that challenge, as I said, this challenge over here, in case you're just joining, this was very unnecessary because that could have got him a red card. That could have got Xhaka a red card. He was standing in front of the ball before that. Like, lucky not to get a red card because he still picked up a yellow card for time wasting later on. So I'm giving him a 7. But as I said, if he did not commit that foul, he did not get that yellow card, it could have been an 8. I think that would have been the highest rating I've ever given Xhaka on any player ratings for the last 2 years. So he gets a 7 today. The previous games he's gotten 6 and a 6. So a 7 for today, that's a good performance from Xhaka. If we get more of that, very, very good. So Xhaka gets a 7. His partner today, I still think I need more from Thomas Partey. So I'm going to give him a 6. He did get into very good positions. Thomas Partey, he did have a shot in the first, 2 shots in the first half, one from the right side, another one from outside the box, and both of them were on target. Thomas Partey had 2 shots in the first half, and both of them were on target. If you're just watching Arsenal for the first time, you'll be like, why is that such a big deal? But you Arsenal fans watching this, the 30 of you watching this on Facebook and YouTube, you would know that Thomas Partey having a shot on target is something big. It's supposed to be breaking news. Not 1, but 2 shots on target for Thomas Partey. So he's going to get a 6. I still need more from him. There's a couple of through passes Thomas Partey usually have, a couple of great tackles he usually has. Sometimes he scores goals from corners like he did against Aston Villa. So I still need to see more from Thomas Partey. But from today, I think he was above average. It was an okay performance for Thomas Partey. So he's going to get a 6. And then in front of him, Odegaard. I mean, at the beginning of the season, the first 3 games after we signed him, he wasn't that great. He played well against Burnley when he scored that free kick. He played very well against Tottenham. He played very well against Aston Villa. But after that, he went quiet. He went silent in the Crystal Palace game. He had a couple of poor performances. He was on the bench from the Leicester game. He had to come on later on. But since then, since the Man United game, he's been very, very good. Odegaard has been good, like scoring goals, assisting goals, creating chances, some really good finishes. So Odegaard today, I'm going to give him an 8. I literally wrote down, in the first half, he had 11 shots on target, and I really do think like 4 or 5 of those chances came from him. I think maybe 4, mostly. And then obviously he assisted the Smith Rowe goal. I even thought it was offside, but Odegaard did see a pass like Ozil. So someone early on said Odegaard reminds you of Ozil. Who said that? So Peterson says Odegaard is another Ozil. That pass was Ozil-like. What a pass from Smith Rowe's goal, and what a finish from Smith Rowe. We'll come to him again. Odegaard, he's been great in the Man United game until he gave away the penalty. He scored a good goal against Everton. The last game we played against Southampton, did he score a goal against Southampton? I think he did. Did he score a goal against Southampton? I have everything written down. Don't you worry. I have every single game written down. Against Southampton, he assisted one of the Saka chances, and then he didn't score. He didn't score against Southampton. That was Gabriel and Lacazette who scored against Southampton. And also, was it Smith Rowe? Did he score 2-0 or was it 3-0? It was 3-0. Who scored the other goal against Southampton? Lacazette. Odegaard did score against Southampton. Yeah, he did score against Southampton. He scored a header against Southampton. And against West Ham, he had a couple of very good passes. Didn't really score against Southampton, against West Ham, but he did well either way. So these are 5 games in a row where Odegaard has played really well. So I'm going to give him an 8 for today. The passes were quite good, and they're actually going to show the Arsenal game again, and I'll definitely be watching it again. Don't worry about that. I'll watch it 3 or 4 times. The next one is Saka. I'm going to give him a 7. His goal was deflected. But apart from that, every time Saka has the ball, you could see the defenders are, I don't want to say the word, but yeah, the S word. They're absolutely screwing themselves, man. Every time Xhaka did have a good performance anyway. So every time Saka has the ball, you could see the nerves in those defenders. Like they're like, there's a video going around where, why am I saying Xhaka? Xhaka, get out of my head. I've already given you a 7. Get out of my head, Granit Xhaka. We are now on Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, there's a time he literally just went past 2 players. Like both of them went to the floor. I think it was Dallas and someone else. Bukayo Saka, and that is not even Bukayo Saka's best performance, That was an average Bukayo Saka performance, but he still got the goal. I mean, did miss a sitter in the first 2 minutes, should really have scored it. But apart from that, 70 minutes, ESR came on. I mean, bringing on Smith Rowe for Saka is stuff of dreams, man. If I can take off Saka and bring on Smith Rowe, we are fourth table on the table right now. Watch out, Manchester City, because if you're bringing on Smith Rowe for Saka, we are going to win this Premier League title. Don't worry, you can clip that. You're going to finish in a good position anyway. So Saka gets a 7 for today. A very, very good performance again. We have Sunderland on Tuesday. I think it's time for these players to rest. Next up is, let's go to Lacazette first. I'm going to give him a 6. I think Tactical early on said Lacazette had a good performance. I don't think it was as good as West Ham. West Ham, I gave him an 8 even after missing a penalty. But today, he did have 2 or 3 big opportunities to score and literally had some really poor shots for. If he had any kind of shot like he did against Southampton for that goal, you would have had 5-0 before halftime. So a bit disappointed from Lacazette. You could see Martinelli getting the same chance and chipping the goalkeeper. So very, very disappointed in Lacazette, especially that first half. But again, I'm happy he could get 90 minutes again today. He's played over 80 minutes the last 3 games, so I'm happy with that. Lacazette gets a 6 today. Expect more from him. I expect more from him. Like from today's game, you could make an argument that in the next match, you want to see Martinelli up front, Odegaard as the 10, Saka on the right, and Smith Rowe on the left. Because if we start with that team, God help whichever team we are playing against that day. Next up is Martinelli. Martinelli. This is back-to-back 9s for Martinelli. I don't remember the last time I gave a player back-to-back 9s. 2 games in a row, you get a 9, you get a 9. If he got a hat-trick in that game, if one of those chances in the second half went in, or one of those openings that he had, I would have been giving him a 10. But I'm going to give him a 9 because I think he still missed 1 chance or something. And in the second half, I think he had another opening, maybe should have done better with, but you cannot fault Martinelli's performance. Let's admire this picture again. Is Martinelli the new Ronaldo? I think he is. I think Martinelli is the new Ronaldo, or is Ronaldo the new Martinelli? Because at this point, I don't know which one is the original one. I think Martinelli is the original one. The funny thing, before he scored the first goal, I was just discussing with someone here. Someone did say, oh, who has the bigger number in our team? There's someone who has a huge number in our team, like in terms of shot number. Who has the biggest shot number from today's game? Is it? I think it's Xhaka. Xhaka had 34, and there's someone else. So basically, to go straight to the point, we are basically talking about how Saka used to wear the number 77, and now he has the 7, how Smith Rowe now has the 10. And I was thinking, is Martinelli going to get the number 9 or the number 14 when Lacazette and Aubameyang leave? Which one do you think he should be getting, the number 9 or the number 14? Which one would you give Martinelli when he leaves, number 9 or number 14? I'm going to ask that in a poll soon as well. Should he get the number 9 or number 14? In fact, give Martinelli what he wants. You give Martinelli what he wants. If he asks for the number 1, remove that number 1 from Ramsdale's shirt and give it to Martinelli. You give Martinelli what he wants. If Martinelli asks for the number 4 right now, give it to him. If he asks for the number 7 right now, bye-bye Saka. We give Martinelli whatever he wants right now. Martinelli probably will get the number 14 or the number 9. Let me know which one he should be wearing, number 9 or number 14 next season. Because Smith Rowe got an upgrade, Lacazette got an upgrade. It's time for this guy to get an upgrade as well. So Martinelli gets a 9 today. What a performance from him. Absolutely love him, man. Absolutely love him. Let's go to the bench players. We'll start with Cedric. I'm going to give Cedric a 4. I think the penalty came from his side. I don't know why it was. I'm going to rewatch it back, but you could tell. I could tell from seeing different watch-alongs and different people's reactions on Twitter. The moment Cedric came on for Tomiyasu, people are like, Cedric for Tomiyasu? I rather bring in Tavares. So people are not that confident, but he'll probably start against Sunderland, so we need him to be at the top of his game as well. Cedric gets a 4. Let me see how Lacazette missed this chance. It's being shown on TV. Yeah, that should have been a goal. And yeah, I don't know how Saka missed that one as well. So Smith Rowe is going to get a 7. I mean, I was so confident that when he came on, he's going to score, and he did. I was 100% sure if he comes on with 20 minutes to go, he'd score. Smith Rowe needs 20 minutes to get a goal. If we give him the whole game, he's going to get a hat-trick. If one of these days he gets a whole game, he's going to get a hat-trick. So Smith Rowe, he gets a 7 for today. For those 20 minutes, gets a 7. What a finish again. It was just like, I'm tired of talking about Smith Rowe, man. I don't know what to say about him anymore. He's going to get a 7. And we also brought Tavares for the last 5 minutes. So that Tavares, he'll probably start against Sunderland on Tuesday. So Tavares, for today, you are going to get a 5 because really nothing much to say about that 5 minutes. So Tavares gets a 5. Before I go into Arteta, let me see what you guys are saying. Alhaji says number 14 shot for Martinelli. So you're already done with the Aubameyang, aren't you? Martinelli 11, no doubt in my mind. Lacazette 7 was good, but he missed 2 amazing opportunities in the first half. I mean, the rest of the game he was good, so maybe I'll look into that. I'm rewatching the game now, so maybe I'll look into that. Pepe not getting any playing time disappointed me. I hope he gets 90 minutes against Sunderland. He'll play against Sunderland, but is he really happy to play against Sunderland? It's really looking to me every single day, like by the time we get to January of 2023, we might not have Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette, all 3 of them at Arsenal. I don't think so. So I think our team will totally go into a different position than 1 year. He scored his first header against Southampton. I remember Odegaard 8. What an assist! He should have had more assists. Some really good passes from him, from Xhaka, from Ben White in that first half. They had so many good through passes. If we just had a quicker striker like someone like Aubameyang, what has he done, man? These are the kind of chances that Aubameyang used to enjoy himself. Like these through passes from Odegaard, like an Aubameyang from 2018 would have been feasting on these chances, man. Unfortunately, that has not gone according to plan. But hey, hit the like button if you had that performance. Keep on letting me know what you made of that game. Let's give Arteta his rating. The other day, I gave him an 8 after a very good performance against West Ham and a clean sheet. So for today, I'm still going to give him an 8. That was the best first half we've ever seen in a while. In fact, that is the best first half the Premier League has ever seen in terms of shots on target. You had the most shots on target of any team in a first half of a game since Premier League records began. Scoring 4 goals. I think that's the first time we're scoring 4 goals this season in the Premier League. We scored 6 against West Brom in the Carabao Cup. We were playing against their second team, but getting 4 goals is what I wanted. I even wanted 5 or 6. This is the first time we're getting that in this season. So, unfortunately, not to get the clean sheet. If we got the clean sheet, it could have been a 9. But against almost a Leeds team they have so many injuries. You could even say you feel sorry for them because the number of injuries Leeds have are way too many, man. The Rodrigos, Phillips, Bamford that's basically like us not having Lacazette, Aubameyang, Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe, Thomas Partey in midfield, Ben White and Gabriel at the back. We would be suffering. Like we'd have to play Holding in Chambers, Nketiah, probably Odegaard behind Nketiah, maybe Pepe on the right. We would be suffering. So I do kind of feel sorry for Leeds having those injuries, but that's not our fault. That's not our fault. We are here to win games. Let me tell you guys, no one cared about us when he had all those COVID cases against Brentford. One of the reasons why we lost against Brentford is because none of our players were playing in that game, but no one felt sorry for us. Everyone was laughing about Arsenal losing to Brentford. Look at Arsenal losing to Brentford. So at this moment, I don't care about any team we are facing that have injuries. That's your own problem. So Arteta gets an 8 for today. I think the lineup was okay. Very, very brave to go with the same lineup 4 games in a row. Bringing on Smith Rowe in the 70th minute, I'm okay with that. Bringing on Cedric, obviously, we got an injury, nothing we can do about that. But maybe the last sub, you could say maybe give Pepe even 5 minutes. So maybe that's the only disappointing thing. The last time we went to Leeds last season, you know what happened? I know tactically you said you're frustrated you didn't get more minutes today or Pepe didn't play. But the last time we went to Leeds United, Pepe kind of cost us that game. I thought I had that picture somewhere here. I did have it here. The last time we went to Leeds, this happened. Pepe got a red card. So 1 year later, Pepe is not on the pitch and you're scoring 4 goals, man. So I don't think you can. If you have to pick out negatives and positives today, I'll do a separate video very soon, like in the next 1 hour, positives and negatives. The only negative maybe is we had 20 plus shots and we only scored 4 goals. Maybe that. Tomiyasu injury, maybe. And I don't think any others, man. I don't think there's any others. I'm very happy with that performance. I'm buzzing, man. I'm absolutely buzzing. You could tell I'm so buzzing. Next fixture, we will have, last time out, by the way, I forgot to take a look at the table. Remind me if I forget, I have to take a look at the table. Let's see. Someone says I wanted 5 goals. I know. Choosing between Odegaard or Smith Rowe tactical. So before this game, I said bring in Smith Rowe and rest Martinelli. I think it's very hard to rest Martinelli. Let me try and figure out which kind of lineup we can go for against Sunderland. I think Sunderland played their game today. I saw they were playing against Ipswich. I think they played, so they don't have any COVID cases. I think we'll have Leno in goal. I think we'll play Cedric on the right, Tavares on the left. I think we'll start with Holding and Chambers. I do not know where the hell Pablo Mari is. I've not seen Pablo Mari's name on the bench even for like 3 months. So Holding and Chambers. In midfield, now we don't have Lokonga. Lokonga is out for 10 days because he's isolating. So what do you do in midfield? I think Niles will start. With who though? Who will Niles start with? Jacques again? Jacques is just coming from an injury. Would you start Jacques again? I think that's what you have to do because Partey is more injury prone. You cannot start Partey every single game. So Jacques and Niles, I'm expecting Jacques and Niles in midfield. Pepe on the right. I think Smith Rowe will start against Sunderland. Personally, I wouldn't want him to start against Sunderland because Smith Rowe is a Premier League player. But I think Smith Rowe could start against Sunderland. I think Ketty will definitely start up front. And then who will play on the left against Sunderland? That is the question. Who will play on the left against Sunderland? Who am I forgetting? El Neni. El Neni. Oh my goodness, I forgot El Neni. Oh my goodness. Like, these are the kind of Arsenal players we should sell because I'm even forgetting about him making a lineup. I literally forgot El Neni is an Arsenal player. El Neni and Niles in midfield, probably. I forgot about El Neni. Who will play on the left side, though? Maybe you'll play Nketiah on the left and start Balogun up front. You don't want to really rotate. Sometimes you can rotate the team too much and then you get shocked by Sunderland, which would be a disaster. So I don't know who'll start on the left side. I don't want Saka anywhere near that pitch. I don't want Martinelli anywhere near that pitch. Now that Aubameyang is not there, I don't want Lacazette anywhere near that pitch. I mean, you could still unleash Aubameyang on Sunderland. I mean, Aubameyang is still an Arsenal player. I mean, because I don't know which other player to play. Pepe on the right, Smith was the number 10, and then who on the left? Because I really don't even want to start Smith in this game. There's no one else. I've not forgotten anyone else. I don't know because I don't want Saka and Martinelli playing in this game. Anyway, there's an option of starting Tavares as a left winger because even today he came in for Martinelli on the left side. And then I don't know who else will start. You could go for a front two, Nketiah and Balogun. But will Balogun really start? I don't think Arteta is the biggest fan of Balogun. The thing is, we did complain about Martinelli not starting, and he's unleashed Martinelli and he's started scoring. So will he unleash Balogun against Sunderland? We have to wait and see. But there's an opportunity for anyone to play on the left side. We could see Aubameyang coming back for that game. I don't know, captaining the side for that game. Because there's no other player. But hey, we'll wait to see. We'll wait. I'll figure it out when I do the predicted lineup. Nope, not played El Neni against Sunderland. Maitland-Niles plus El Neni. I think that is what it's going to be. I think Jacques and Partey have played too many games. I would not be surprised if he starts with Odegaard. He could decide to go for Odegaard and then Smith on the left, Pepe on the right, and Nketiah up front, and then rest Martinelli and Saka. But we have so many games, unless the Norwich game gets postponed, which is 50-50, it could get postponed, it might not get postponed. But hey, an opportunity for anyone to take on that left side. There is a big opportunity for anyone to take. So I did put a poll early on asking, should Martinelli start every single game from now on? Because Martinelli starting every single game means Smith Rowe on the bench. And personally, Smith Rowe has been my favorite player. So drop Lacazette, play Martinelli up front. Do you think it will have the same effect? Let me know. Do you think that will have the same effect? Nketiah, I want him gone this season. I think he'll go. But I think you'll never know what will happen. Because now Aubameyang looks like he'll go. Could Nketiah remain? Because will he really get rid of all three of them at the same time? I think one of them will definitely. So anyway, I don't know what will happen with that. We still have to wait and see. But as of now, I'm really enjoying how the games are going, man. Make sure to hit the like button if you're absolutely buzzing with how things are going right now. I'm not sure why SofaScore keeps updating. What are you updating? Don't they want us to see the stats from this game? I can't believe they're actually asking who will win. Ha, nice joke, SofaScore. Who will win? Ha. Let's see. I can't bring up your name, but someone says, I think Martinelli should start against Sunderland. Definitely not. Definitely not. I want him because let's not forget the likes of Martinelli. They have always picked up very many injuries over the years as well. So we don't want them to play. Everyone watching on Facebook, I can see you guys. Sila, Obi, Alhaji, Becca, Joseph, Aruna, Christian. Thank you all for and hitting the very good. Man of the match, I am going to give it to Martinelli, aka Brazilian Ronaldo. What a performance. Another thing I forget to point out about Martinelli, he had the most shots on target today. That was 5. He also had actually, it was not Odegaard who created the most chances. Martinelli created the most chances today as well. He actually created 5 chances today. He also had the most crosses today. Bloody Martinelli. Like, this guy is having the most shots. He's still creating the most chances. He's still having the most crosses. You know, it's usually not possible or easy to have the most shots and still have the most assists. Not like have the most goals and still have the most assists. That means you're getting so many opportunities up front. You're passing some of them. You're scoring some of them. I think Salah is the only guy in the Hurricane last year I've seen doing that. It's not easy to have those dominate all those stats like chances created and shots taken. It is a perfect game for him. It is a perfect game for him. So I did ask, should Martinelli start every single game? 90% have said yes. 10% have said no, not yet. 90% have said yes, he has to start every single game from now on. So is that Martinelli is the first choice player for us now? Top goal scorer can't be benched though. It's so annoying. They're both so good. Yeah. Smith Rowe has, I remember last time out, I'm asking you guys how many goals Smith Rowe had, and I did say he had 7. He actually did have 7, 6 in the league and 1 in the Carabao Cup. That's the one I was forgetting. He did score against Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup. So he now has 7 Premier League goals and 8 goals in total. I'm just seeing the Martinelli finish again. Oh, so good this guy is. Man, number 35. He should not be wearing the number 35. He should be wearing the number 14 maybe when Aubameyang leaves, or number 9 maybe when Lacazette leaves. Which number does Nketiah wear? I don't even remember which number Nketiah wears. And I don't particularly want to bench Lacazette. We can't keep benching Smith Rowe. For me, Smith Rowe has to start. So maybe the only other case, I'll put a poll with that and see what people are saying. It's either you start Lacazette, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Saka, keep it the way it is. Use Smith Rowe as bench power. Smith Rowe is not a bench player. Or you start with Martinelli up front, Odegaard as the number 10, Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right. Or maybe you drop Martinelli, start with Smith Rowe, Lacazette, Saka, Odegaard. I mean, we are spoiled for choice. This is the kind of choices we have to make. This is a good choice. Not like trying to pick between Mustafi and Socrates. That is what we used to do. Like, should we start Mustafi or Socrates? Should we start Bellerin or Lichtsteiner? Those are horrible decisions to make. But now we are actually picking good players, deciding which players to pick. So, I mean, I don't want people to talk about Aubameyang. Forget about that story. At least we are winning games without him. So forget about that story. Would I like Aubameyang to still be in the team without all the drama? Yes, I don't want all that drama in an Arsenal team. I want everyone involved. I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to score the goals. I want everyone to assist. If would I bring back Aubameyang for the Sunderland game? Yes, I would. I wouldn't just cut him off. Will he be brought back? I don't think so. Will he play for Arsenal again? Maybe. So for me personally, I'd bring him back for the Sunderland game because I don't see anyone else who can play. Plus, I don't like cancelling people unless there's something we don't know. Unless he slapped Arteta or something. If that's the case, then you have to sell him. But if it's just a case of maybe a couple of misbehaving, punishing him for 2 games, I'd bring him back for the Sunderland game, because if we are scoring like this and then you get an Aubameyang who's mad and wants to score goals, then I fear for defenders. So that was the player ratings. That was the match reaction for the game. A very, very big win for us. We finally got to see a Ronaldo spectacle from Martinelli. What a guy. We got to see Saka performing very well. That is 4 goals. Let me go through the stats again. 3 stats. Martinelli dominated shots on target, chances created, and most crosses attempted. We also had 11 shots on target in the first half. That is the most any Premier League team has ever had in the first half of a game. We also did have another few shots in the second half, having 20 shots in total. 15 shots in total in the first half, which is crazy. You never see that with Arsenal. That is 3 games in a row. Win. That is now 10 games won so far this season in the Premier League. How many goals? That's a +4 goal difference. That is Martinelli masterclass. That is a Saka masterclass. That is an Odegaard masterclass. Even a Granit Xhaka masterclass. Amazing. Robert says Xhaka lucky got all ball. Again, let me ask you guys again, since Robert brought it up. Was this a red card? Did you guys think this was a red card? Because it was a dangerous foul from Xhaka, and with Xhaka, the problem with Xhaka, at this time we had 3 goals. We were hoping for 2-3 more, and then he does this. This could easily have been a red card, and then we are now putting your team under pressure. Unnecessary, Xhaka, very unnecessary, very, very unnecessary doing that. But I definitely do think that was a yellow card. I do not know how he escaped a yellow card. The referee did not give him a yellow card for that. That is definitely a yellow card. That is a leg breaker. In fact, even if he got a red card, I would not be arguing. That is a bad foul. That is even why I've given him a 7 in the player ratings. That is a dangerous foul from Xhaka. And the problem with that is I know why he did that. He did that because he had just come from an argument with one of their players, and Xhaka cannot control himself. Every time something like that happens, he will go and do this. That's the problem with him. He cannot keep his head for 90 minutes. Your team is doing well, you're hoping for more goals, and then you go on and do that. So we have 60 people watching in total on Facebook and YouTube. Let me know, do you think that was a red card? Make sure to hit the like button and let me know your man of the match before I end it. But yeah, that was definitely a yellow card. It could even have been a red card. And the sad thing is, for the Leeds fans, Xhaka actually did get a yellow card later on for time wasting. So it could have been another red card, and it could have been Xhaka all over again, Xhaka this, Xhaka that. We've seen him doing that so many times. So many times. But yeah, Lucky got the ball. I don't even think he got that. That does not look like he got the ball, Robert. That does not look like he got the ball. That was a bad foul. Dangerous foul. He can break someone's leg. If we bench Lacazette, give captaincy to Xhaka or KT, definitely not Xhaka. This is not the example you want, tactical. That is not the example you want. That is not the example you want. I don't want Xhaka to be Arsenal captain. Unless everyone else is out, and then you only have him on the pitch with Smith Rowe, Saka, Balogun, then you can give him the captaincy because he's the only grown-up player. But in terms of captaincy, you give it to Tierney. I think Holding will be on the pitch against Sunderland, so Holding will be the captain on Tuesday against Sunderland, probably. But after that, if Lacazette is not on the pitch, you give it to Kieran Tierney for sure. I don't think the young players will get it. There's a chance Odegaard could get it for a couple of games. I'd not be surprised because anyway, I think he is the captain for Norway. He's the captain of a team that has Haaland. So he actually is an example to Haaland. So that's what I have to say about that. So in case you're just joining, they have 60 people watching. So let me go through the player ratings one more time. A recap of how I gave the players player ratings, and let me know if there are any changes you would make. I did give Ramsdale a 7. I gave Tierney a 7. I gave Tomiyasu a 7. Tomiyasu 7 is a bit higher than the rest. Gabriel, I gave him a 7. Ben White, I gave him a 6, only because he committed that foul. Otherwise, it could have been a 10 or something. Not a 10. 10. Oh, he's not Martinelli. Only Martinelli can get a 10. I had actually written 8 for Ben White before he gave away that penalty because his passes and everything were very good. I gave Xhaka a 7. If he didn't commit that foul and pick up that silly yellow card, I would have given him an 8. Partey gets a 6. Still need more from him. I still need more from Thomas Partey. I did give Odegaard an 8. Another spectacular performance. A goal against United, a goal against Everton. He got a goal against Southampton. Odegaard has been brilliant. So I need to see this Odegaard again, same way. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed that game. Saka gets a 7 for today. Martinelli gave him a 9. That's back-to-back 9s for Martinelli. That is just incredible. What a player. Lacazette gets a 6. I still need more from him. Cedric gets a 4 because, he came on and he considered a goal. The penalty came from his side, although it was Ben White's fault. Smith Rowe gets a 7. Smith Rowe comes on and scores. What a player. Tavares gets a 5. He was only on for 5 minutes. And Ateta gets an 8. That's 3 wins in a row. I would like to know which position were we in this time last year. I think at this time we had just lost to Wolves at home. I think we are also going to lose to Everton. We had just lost to Burnley at home. We had lost so many games. I actually did forget Tierney had a shot on target as well. Tierney was brilliant. So let me know. For me, I'm very, very happy that game. I've given Martinelli player of the match. Sunderland next on Tuesday, and then everyone enjoys their Christmas on Saturday. And then the next day, we have Norwich. If the COVID cases relax, we'll have Norwich. Right now, like, I'm so confident. I want us to play the next game tomorrow. That's how confident I am. I want us to play the next game tomorrow. I feel like any team coming up against these guys would be scared, would be so scared. So scared because Martinelli is firing, Saka is firing, Smith Rowe is firing, Lacazette is looking okay. Jacques is okay the last couple of games. Our defense is very, very good. We are only conceding from penalties. I mean, our team is looking brilliant. So I'm quite happy with that performance. Snake Eye says Gabi was better than White. Gabriel defender better than White. Yeah, he was, but when I was writing the player ratings in the 70th minute, I did say White was better than Gabriel because of the through passes. If you watch that game in the first half, those chances Lacazette had and Martinelli had, Ben White did give some two very quality passes, through passes. Gabriel didn't really do that, but Ben White did make an error in the second half eventually, definitely, and Gabriel didn't make an error. And also in the opposition box, you could see Gabriel is a massive threat in the opposition box. So I do agree with you. The full 90 minutes, I gave Gabriel a 7 and White a 6, but I did not give Ben White a 4. I've seen people giving Ben White 4, and he was not that bad. It's just a silly mistake. And also, as I said, I've seen a lot of people coming on Ben White every time he makes an error. Screw you, because he was very good in that game, but people are just waiting for him to make a mistake so that they get into him. I don't like that. I absolutely don't like that. He was brilliant today. If you watch the rest of the games against Southampton and West Ham, and you see the kind of passes, the kind of ball carries he has for us, is very good. I mean, you could also say get rid of Ben White and bring back Mustafi, because if you see that we used to have Mustafi in that position, we used to have Mertesacker in that position, but now we have Ben White. I definitely know who I prefer. I prefer Ben White to Mustafi 100%. So I don't think he was bad. I've given him a 6 because he gave away a silly penalty. But apart from that, he was okay the entire game. I saw him bullying Rafinha. Rafinha could not do anything to him. There's 80 people watching right now, so I appreciate that. Let me know who your man of the match was and make sure to hit the like button. Tactical says Martinelli man of the match 110%. Can we just look at this picture again? This one. Martinelli, the new Ronaldo, or can we say Ronaldo is the new Martinelli? You can see how Ronaldo is looking at Martinelli. Ronaldo wants to be like Martinelli when he grows up. Martinelli is the best Brazilian export since Pele. Ronaldinho is looking for lessons from Martinelli. Julio Cesar, Lucio, Cafu, Thiago Silva, Neymar, Fernandinho, Marquinhos, Saka, all the Brazilians you want to mention, all of them want to be like Martinelli when they grow up. Shout out to you, Martinelli. So I did ask a question on the poll. Let me see how the voting is going. Should Martinelli start every single game? I think it's now on like 92%. Yes, Martinelli should start every single game. Brilliant, man. I'm super happy. Let me know what kind of lineup would you go for against Sunderland. I did ask early on which lineup would you go for against Sunderland. I think Pepe will start. I think Niles and Elneny will start. But who will start on the left side? Do you start Smith Rowe in the Carabao Cup? Do you start Martinelli again? Definitely not. Do you start Saka? Definitely not. I mean, we need to rest some of our players. I think Arteta has a good problem of ESR, Saka, and Martinelli. That's a good problem. As I was saying early on, we've had problems where you have Mustafi or Socrates. You have a problem where there's a day we used to choose between Fabianski and Martinez. The funny thing is Martinez and Fabianski have both grown to be very good goalkeepers. We used to choose between Debussy and Bellerin. We used to choose between Lichtsteiner and Cedric. We used to choose between, I mean, so many bad options. But now choosing between these players, I would like to see one game, just one game. Martinelli's second finish here it is. That chip was so dirty, Martinelli. If you haven't seen, I have a video on this channel called Martinelli Should Be Arrested. You should check out that video because he should really be arrested. Whatever Martinelli has been doing, make sure to go and check that video of why Martinelli should be arrested because of what he did against West Ham. So I'll put that in my other account there. That is the video of why Martinelli should be arrested. Martinelli should definitely be arrested. That's my second channel, by the way, where I talk about other teams. But who needs to talk about other teams when you can talk about Arsenal and Smith Rowe? Come on, but that is a very good problem. Every player is performing. Xhaka is back now. Partey have stopped giving away balls like he was the Crystal Palace games and those kind of games. Ramsdale is looking really good. That's why I don't like celebrating that Aubameyang has been removed from the captaincy thing or is not playing. No. If everything was working out for Aubameyang right now, I mean, teams would have been getting demolished 6 or 7 goals. So I didn't want that problem. I wanted everyone to be performing well. Let's hope everyone performs well. That's what we really needed. But I'm really happy for today, man. Really happy. I was predicting a 3-1. Did not expect us to be 3 goals ahead in the first half. Really, really good. And again, what we've always complained about, every time you have a chance to go to the top 4, we blow it. Every time you have a chance to improve our goal difference, we blow it. The last 2 games against West Ham, we had the chance to go into the top 4, we took it. And in this game, we had the chance to increase our goal difference, we did it. This was a very bad Leeds team. If Leeds play like this every single Premier League game, they will be relegated because next up, they are going to Liverpool Anfield. They could be smashed by 8 or 9 goals. That is the kind of game, if you're playing FPL, you can triple captain Salah because it won't be a good Christmas for Leeds. If they play like that, they could be hammered by 9 or 10 goals for them. So I do agree with you, Snake Eyes. Someone says maybe Xhaka should start against Sunderland, maybe not. I want to check whether what Sunderland results were from today's game. Let's take a look at the table. I forgot to take a look at the table last time out. Let me do this. Hopefully it doesn't hang. Every time I open the SofaScore app, it hangs. Not the app, the website. So look at that table, man. We cannot complain about that, man. That is such a good table. This is a team. We were bottom of the table. Do you guys remember we were bottom of the table? We were last, like bottom last. Even Norwich was above us. There's a time even Norwich, I can't believe it, man. We lost to Brentford, Chelsea, and City. And in the 4th game, if you go to Norwich fan channels, they were actually saying we should beat Arsenal. Arsenal are not in the good of... Norwich were actually expecting to beat Arsenal at the Emirates. That's how bad things were. They were talking about how bad of a result it would be if they beat us, if we beat them. So as you can see, Man City top of the table. Man City relentless, man. As you can see, W. For me, I did say Man City will win the league. I still stick with that. I think Chelsea will drop off. I think City and Liverpool will just keep going because Newcastle are playing City tomorrow. Man City will win that by 5 goals to 0 and they'll increase their goal difference. Liverpool second. How many points do they have? Where are the points? Why can't I see the points? Oh, there you go. I was like, where the hell are the points? So City have 41, Liverpool have 40, Chelsea have 37, Arsenal have 32. Champions League football, here we come. Be very scared, Bayern Munich. We are coming for you. Martinelli is coming for you, but Bayern Munich. That's a good table, man. We are now 4 points ahead of West Ham, who have 1 game in hand. We are ahead of them even if they win their game in hand. And we are 5 points ahead of Manchester United, who have 2 games in hand. But games in hand don't necessarily mean they're going to win. That's the thing people don't understand. Last season, there's a time Everton, Aston Villa, they had like 3 games in hand, but they lost 2 of them because Tottenham have played 14 games. But those games in hand, they are playing against Liverpool, Leicester away, Brighton away. Tottenham will not win any of those games. They'll not beat Liverpool. They'll not win away to Leicester. They might not win away to Brighton. So yes, if Tottenham win all those games, 12 points, they'll be up to 37. They'll be 5 points ahead of us. But will Tottenham win every single game? They won't. So I really like that table. Snake Eye says, last question, do you think if Oba goes in the summer, can we get like a 2-year contract? I think if Aubameyang goes, I think they'll give Lacazette a 1-year contract. I don't think they'll both leave at the same time. I think they'll give him 1 more year. But we definitely need to get a striker. I think we'll even get a striker in January, maybe on loan or something, because, I mean, Martinelli cannot play every single game until the end of the season. I don't think Lacazette can play every single game until the end of the season. Lacazette is not, I think he always gets subbed off because he kind of gets tired. I don't know. Nketiah, none of us trust Nketiah that much. So let's wait and see. For me, I think we will get rid of one of them. I can't necessarily say 100% Aubameyang will go. I mean, Xhaka did something worse and he still came back. Unless, as I said, unless Aubameyang punched Arteta or something in the face, maybe that's something that you cannot come back from. But if it is only coming back late and maybe a couple of disciplinary issues, I don't like the cancelling culture. I still, if he doesn't go in January, I don't want an Ozil situation. I still want Aubameyang to come back to the team. Maybe not start, but if I have a bench with Smith or Aubameyang, I'll be like, this is a game we should win. So I don't want the Ozil situation where you're just cancelling players, don't play for us ever again. No, I still want Aubameyang to play for Arsenal, however much you like it or not. Unless he did something really bad that we don't know about, that is fine. But as long as he's still an Arsenal player, when he comes back in February from the African Cup, I still need him in the team. I mean, we still have a lot to play for. We will probably beat Sunderland and have a semi-final in the Carabao Cup, and we'll either face Tottenham or West Ham or Liverpool or Leicester or Chelsea. We still have a big Carabao Cup campaign. I think we should be winning that because every other team has Champions League, Europa League, and all that. I still bring him back to the team. And yeah, maybe not starting, but coming from the bench. I mean, if we start Aubameyang against Sunderland, I'd expect him to score a hat-trick, for example. So I think Snake Eyes also goes to say we just don't look the same when he does not play. Lacazette. I also don't think we can depend on Lacazette next season. I definitely don't think we need a striker. Calvert-Lewin has been mentioned, but I'm not keen on players who get injuries, man. He's been out for 4 months. Maybe it's just once in a while, but I don't want players who have all those injuries. We've had so many of those so many times. Wilshere, Cazorla, Ramsey, Diaby, Bellerin, Thomas Partey, Tierney, and then you had another one. I'm not sure about that. But if we can get a striker in January, that would be good. I mean, none of us, I'll be honest, none of you expected us to be in the top 4 right now. Yes, teams have games in hand, but games in hand does not mean you've won those games. Being in the top 4, winning all those games, 10 games winning, and the games we lost, 6 games we lost, I'd say Liverpool will beat everyone, so that's okay. Man City at the Etihad will beat everyone, so that's okay. At the beginning of the season, it was looking like Chelsea would beat everyone. I'd still say Chelsea results on bad. So from those 6 defeats, I'd say 3 of them were really bad. Like losing to Everton was very, very bad. Losing to United, that was self-inflicted. We should really have not lost that game if Odegaard didn't give away that penalty. That was a bad loss. But they do have the Ronaldo factor, so I guess... And Brentford was a bad loss, but we did have a lot of players missing. And if you take a look at the team we had against Brentford and the team we have right now, none of those players who played in that game, apart from, I think, Ben White and Smith Rowe, are playing right now. I think Saka came off the bench from that game. We didn't have Ramsdale, we didn't have Tomiyasu. I really hope Tomiyasu is not injured. I really hope Tomiyasu is not injured, though. Really hope Tomiyasu is not injured. So Martinelli is the man of the match. Make sure to hit the like button. I'll put a poll right now. I think I can even put it right now. I won't ask man of the match because it's obvious it's going to be Martinelli. Or is it obvious? Is it obvious Martinelli is the man of the match? Or Odegaard? Maybe I should put that. Let me just put man of the match. Maybe you guys have a different opinion. I know Martinelli could probably get the most votes. I usually don't like putting obvious polls because if you ask like who scored the best goal, you might say, let me just put that right now in the community tab. Who was your man of the match? Who was your man of the match? Poll time. Big win against Leeds. Big win against Leeds. Who was your man of the match? Make sure to head there and vote. Who was your man? I know a lot of people will vote for Martinelli. I just want to know how many people. Who was your man of the match? For example, I didn't know people would vote for Ramsdale as the man of the match against Sunderland, but surprisingly, you guys did. Who was your man of the match against Leeds? Who are the options? Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Saka, Ben White, Tierney. Not Ramsdale, not Lacazette, no. Odegaard, I'll say Saka. Let me put Martinelli here as the first one. Let me put Odegaard. Let me put Saka. And who else? Tomiyasu. I think Tomiyasu was great. I'll put Tomiyasu. Which other player? Tierney, not so much. Xhaka. Let me put Xhaka. I think Xhaka was also good. So I'll put that as the man of the match poll. Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, Tomiyasu, or Xhaka. Man of the match. And the poll is live now. I hope I've posted it. Who was your man of the match? You can head over to the community tab to vote. So I'll be back in the next 1 hour, not live. I'll do a video talking about the positives and the negatives. There's a lot of positives. There's a couple of negatives, like Tomiyasu getting an injury, which we didn't really want, because that means Chambers and Tomiyasu. And then also do a predicted lineup for Sunderland, which will be very interesting. Last thing before I go, I need to check if Sunderland played their game today. Thank you guys for joining. I can see 130 people in total. That was a big win. I was buzzing for that, man. Sunderland results. So for Sunderland, yeah, they actually played today. They drew 1-1 with Ipswich. So I think we'll play our game on Tuesday. Don't think it will be postponed. Although Lokonga has returned a positive test, so I don't know how many others will. But we've been very lucky. Sunderland are currently third on the table. They are 4 points behind top of the table Rotherham. So it's not going to be an easy game, but I mean, it should be a game we should be winning by 3 or 4 goals. It's also a home game, so I'm confident. So table one more time. We are on 32 points. Next up, it's Norwich and Wolves. Win both games, and heading into the new year, we are on 38 points. Even if United, West Ham win their games, we can even afford to lose against Man City on New Year's Day. After Man City, though, we have Tottenham away. So the games are still very, very big for us. No game is easy. After Wolves, we'll have City and then Tottenham. This is a very good place to have. So I see anyone who's being negative, I just question you, because we have Saka. How old is Saka? Martinelli, Odegaard, all these players are very young, and the ones who is either you're young or very new. Ramsdale is a new player. Tomiyasu is a new player. Odegaard, yes, he was here in January, but he's still a new player. Partey came back from injury after being out for a long time. Xhaka just came back from injury after being out for a long time. Tierney was also out with a couple of injuries. He was on the bench. He had to get his position back. Saka is staying fit. He's doing the business. Smith Rowe is scoring goals, exactly what we needed from our midfielders. Odegaard is scoring goals, exactly what we needed from our midfielders. Assists. Lacazette is back in the team after being on the bench for like 1 year consecutively. On the bench, looking at that bench, it's not the strongest of benches like Cedric, El Neni, but we're still winning games. We've won 10 games. So if I see someone negative, I ask you, where did you want Arsenal to be right now? Maybe the only thing you could say, maybe more goals. Maybe we should be scoring more goals. Maybe that's the only thing. But our defense is great. 8 clean sheets so far this season. We've beaten teams like West Ham, beaten teams like Tottenham, beaten teams like Leicester away from home, beaten Aston Villa. We've now beaten Leeds away from home, scoring goals. Maybe the next thing is to try and beat the 3 teams above us. We usually do beat Chelsea. I don't know why they beat us at the beginning of the season. Liverpool and City are really good. As you can see, they've won all the last 5 games. They're not easy to face. So, wow. I've been talking for 1 hour, 30 minutes. I think I need to go now and do the positives and the negatives from the game. So far, I can see 5 votes. Martinelli, 100% man of the match. Awesome, man. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. 110 of you. That's magnificent, man. That's the kind of number we deserve when we have such a victory. I appreciate you guys watching. There's so many other channels you could be watching, so I really appreciate it. The one last thing you need to do is to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. I'm like 300 away from 10,000 subscribers. That is the next goal. So make sure to subscribe if you're new. I appreciate it. Make sure to comment down below after I end the video. And yeah, big victory. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.